ago. My wife and I left the wedding just before the dancing started. This was not planned ahead of time, but my wife wanted to leave and I chose to leave with her. In the aftermath, my dill told me I should have stayed and celebrated with her and my son and let my wife leave early. She told me I let my son down and I shouldn't be surprised if I'm not included much in the future lives of grandchildren. So background and leading up to this. I was married before to my son's mother. Sadly, we lost her when my son was only 5. I remarried when he was 9 and my son and wife knew each other 2 years at the time of our wedding. My wife was also a single mom to a son and daughter who were 2 and 5 at the time. Our blending of the family was fine, but my son was always emotionally distant but polite. He did not reciprocate my wife's efforts to bond. He was polite. He wasn't rude. He behaved, but it was clear he was going out of politeness and not because he wanted to bond. He also did not show an interest in bonding with his stepsibling. My son was in therapy after his mother died. He was in therapy when I started dating again and a therapist helped me navigate the experience with him. I don't know how much it helped realistically, but I did my best to make the experience as positive for him as I could, and we didn't force titles or anything. All we asked for was respect, and we hoped and did ask that all the kids give everyone a chance. Friends and family told me / us that in time he would come to appreciate my wife and love her for being a good stepmother if not a good second mother, but that we had to give it time and always be kind and loving but not judgmental or pushy. When my son announced his engagement several months ago, my wife had hoped he might give her a short dance after hearing he would dance with his maternal grandmother. She asked and he told her no. My wife then asked if I would talk to my son and figure out if there is a reason he couldn't do one with both. I spoke to my son and he told me the reason he said no is because he did not care about my wife. He said he loved his grandmother and wanted to dance with her on his wedding day because he can't dance with his mom. But that my wife means nothing to him and she is only attending the wedding because we are married and he loves me. But he told me he is not and never will love her or want her around. I considered not putting it in those words to my wife, but she told me to be honest and so I was. She was deeply hurt. My stepkids were not told the reason their mom was hurting but figured it was to do with the wedding and so they RSVP'd no when their invites came in. All of this was playing on my wife's mind during the wedding and before the dances began she told me she wanted to leave and she didn't want to stay where she wasn't wanted. I chose to leave with her. I could see she was upset. I said my goodbyes and we left. AITA?